Diaochan is the literal nah, I'd win of HOK. Why do I say this? Because just look at her passive. Look at it! Oh, and also her ultimate is basically just a
領域展開無料空所
Now, I'm lazy, and if you are as well to watch the whole video, I have already placed a timestamp below for the full build schematics.
Triple kill!
By now you're probably wondering, Koi, if Diaochan is as strong as you say as a mid laner, then what's the point of converting her into a clash laner? For that, if you could direct your attention to this screen, and just guess why I'm showing this. Of course, if you have played Diaochan before, you probably go like, oh Koi, I know, these are the heroes that counter Diaochan. And to that, I would reply, yes. Yes it is. How many mid laners are in the game right now? 25. How many counter Diaochan? 10. That's 40%! Koi, but you can use Purify. Yeah, and after 1.5 seconds you'll be hitting this pose ascending to the heavens. I hope those disclaimers are taken to heart. And before we get into flexibility and showcasing, I just want to show you what the main idea of the build is first by comparing it to an older Clash lane build. A way I test how good Clash lanes are is how much damage they can take, and as well as how fast they can get Dune's passive out. Here you can see the old Clash lane build barely does anything to Dune, and not even hits out the passive. But here is my build, and I'm purposefully playing as terrible as I can, so I can take up as much damage as possible. But that being said, here you can see Dune's passive is out, and I'm absolutely shredding him. So the main idea of this build is to solve a few problems of the old Clash lane build, namely low damage output, lack of utility and CC, as well as a higher HP and self-healing capability. In terms of flexibility, I would strongly advise against the classic Boots of Resistance and Glacial Buckler swap because you would lose out on a lot of utility and DPS provided by the Blazing Cape. However, I would say that if the enemy has a Donghuang, a Liang or a Mozi, or a more mage-oriented lineup like a Clash lane Milady, then this becomes a pretty good option to consider. Also, once the Glacial Buckler gets reworked in the future, this option would make a lot more sense. As for the Arcana, to be honest, I don't even know what I'm cooking here. It might be overburnt, so just use whatever Arcana that suits you the best. Optimizing your farming route in the Clash lane comes down to who has the advantage. There are two kinds of advantages. One is lane advantage and second is mechanical advantage. Diaochan naturally has all of these over Mulan, and on top of that, with the Zhao Jun support's help, I'm able to rush the pangolin and take it first. Because I cleared the second minion wave faster, I'm able to get the River Sprite, send Zhao Jun to the top lane and get this KFC. A common opportunity I see solo queue Clash laners miss is the mid lane. Here I see that my mid laner is low, so I chose to take some of her minions rather than the pangolin since I can't guarantee that I can snatch it from Mulan. At the 5-minute mark, I already have my early mid game set out And folks, it is finally time for the first official exchange with Mulan. She starts off with a 2-1-8-1-3-2, hits Diaochan with the silence, Diaochan lays open her domain and weaves the flash one. Now Mulan has already used all her cards and Diaochan is going to expand her domain as well. Tank build Diaochan has a lot more room for error than mage build Diaochan. Why? Because here I was pushing the enemy's second tower but I made a mistake by being too greedy. Even though the enemy's support and marksman was nearby, I still pushed up. And Li Bai ain't no diamond player, positions himself, does a 1-1-2 trying to cage me up, I weave it. But it's not over yet, I'm still getting beat down by his other teammates. Zhao Jun tries and block for me but Mulan rushing in does only 330 damage with my intimidate on. I see the umbrella, dodge. And here the enemy support is doing the same mistake that I did, pushing in too deep. Does a very good 3-1-4 but misses the 4 completely, and I would say even without the jungler helping me here, I would have full confidence taking her out by myself. Well, no worries, let me just head home. Oh, Li Bai is here. Oh wow. Oh, come on Li Bai, let's fight. He does a 1-1-2 and I bet he's gonna come back with one. Li Bai? Li Bai? Now's a good opportunity to show just how good this build is against marksmen like Arlie, because here you can see I'm just absolutely shredding her. And oh, here's Shangguan, she thinks she can kill. Back in the game, here on top I see there's a Tasha and a Mulan, and I'm just going up to try and catch them, but I see somebody's taking the dragon and it's Arlie. Here is where I was wrong, it's not just a Arlie, Mulan and Tasha but also a Li Bai. Which would make sense because by the time I arrived, the dragon only had 1/4 of its health left. But at this point, I had no option left except to gamble on the chance that Li Bai doesn't have his ultimate ready, or has it on around a 3-second cooldown. Li Bai comes with the 1 trying to impale but misses. As suspected, he doesn't have his ultimate, so it's done. Now, question is, can I survive Mulan and Arlie? I survived, and Xiao Xiao comes in clutch, stealing the dragon. Finally, if I can survive Da Qiao, it means I have a chance of winning, and I did.
Triple kill!
I'll admit that Mulan and Arlie have amazing coordination, but in the face of my financial and total mechanical advantage, they just can't do anything. Here they are trying to coordinate another attack. Arlie frenzies me, keeps up the pressure. Mulan misses but she's hitting something. She flashes. Oh, that's Xiao Xiao. Oh, I get Arlie. Clown on Mulan. And Alright, so initially I only wanted to do one game of showcasing because it takes ages to edit a game, and by ages I mean literal days. But when I thought about it, I wouldn't have another chance to post this video up because it's just so funny, and by funny I mean very frustrating. So for this game, the farming route will be a little different because I'm facing against Arthur who has the lane advantage. In the early game, it's going to be a bit quiet in my lane because there's not going to be much contact. But what I want you to pay attention to is our jungler in the minimap. Here, after helping Kong Ming clear the mid lane, he's going up trying to catch Xiao Xiao, but what does he do next? He jumps into the enemy jungle for no reason. Does an example, and before I can even say retreat, bro gets clapped by the jungler and Xiao Xiao. If you think that that's it, wrong. Because when this guy revives, and I'm not joking when I say this, he goes AFK for 5 minutes straight. Oh Koi, you're just making a big deal out of this. Insert picture. Now zoom in. Well, this game was played like 2 days before the season ends, so I guess I can't blame the EL system. Let me just grab the bears. And because the jungler is AFK, right now he's not even online, he's following Kong Ming as a bot. I'm going to switch to a Boots of Tranquility and going to take as much as the right side jungle as I can. Personally, the best course of action when the jungler is AFK is to delegate the jungle between the mage, marksman and clash. The clash will be in charge of the creeps at their side but leave the buff for the mage, and the marksman will take their whole side of the jungle. I wasn't paying attention at the map here, but you can see that Kong Ming understands this as well and tries to go for the dragon. He fails, but it's okay, it was a good try. He then takes a blue buff for himself, but doesn't clear the creeps because he notices that the enemies are missing. So he goes up checking the dragon, but it was already too late. At this point, Kong Ming is our sole hope, so I'm gonna help him take a buff and cycle the jungle with him. By 7 minutes, because everybody's farming like crazy, we are still in the game. So I'm gonna clear this monkey out. And here while clearing the bears, Arthur is getting into position. I'm not even afraid of him, but just look at the Ming. Here he has his chain on Arthur. But when Arthur comes out of the bush, he has his chain on Nako. I didn't even know what hit me until I slowly looked at the death recap. Bro, even Ming is just stunned. After 5 minutes, the jungler finally returns to the game and is now starting to jungle again. But on the way to the blue buff, Garo gets ambushed and they're trying to steal the blue. And here is the deciding moment that I knew that this build would work for Diaochan. To tank for my teammates, I need to force Xiaoxiao's ultimate out and block her fan. Because Xiaoxiao's fan does progressively lesser damage the more target it hits, I was able to save Garo. I see Arthur coming, so I turn on the Intimidate first and dodge his ultimate. My Intimidate wasn't enough to save Chano, but it's alright, I got Ming, and now all that's left is Arthur and the enemy Nako. Arthur comes back in with the 1A, but it does nothing, and Nako, despite being late, still finds the timing to do a 3-2-1 AA2 plus a Pure Sky. Perfect execution, but let me tell you something, Nako, my ultimate is already ready and now you're cooked.
Triple kill!
Despite being an almost full tank build, this build still offers a lot of damage. Here, I was just going up trying to clear the mid lane before realizing that they got the yellow dragon, and now just look at Ming. He just gets jumped! I then panicked thinking Arthur already knew I was in a bush, coming out to fight with my Intimidate thinking I would die, and you can see that here I'm absolutely just shredding Ming. I then proceed to chase after Arthur thinking I can kill him too, but I guess he's called the Range Rover for a reason because he just zooms away. We're doing pretty decent in terms of finance, so we can opt to go to the enemy left side jungle to give them pressure. Here, I dodge Arthur's ultimate and I'm keeping up the pressure. I pull back a bit baiting Arthur in and he fell for it, so now he's dead. Nako came in and killed Shakir. No worries, I'll go for Xiaoxiao. I got her. Now I'll go for Nako.
Nope.
Got wall clip. No worries, Chano is here. I didn't kill Arthur, did I? Oh, he's back. Wait, this combo feels oddly familiar. Arthur comes out the bush, he has his chain on Nako. He just gets jumped. I then panicked thinking Arthur already knew I was in a bush.
End of flashback.
Oh. Wait, Aaron is stealing base. Oh, Ming, my brother. I always knew you had it in you. Look at him coming clutch and doing the... Ming? Hey guys, thanks for watching to the end of the video. Initially, I didn't think a passion project like this would become such a big video, but as I said before, this build still has a lot more room for improvement. So for all the suggestions, especially the Arcana, please leave it in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys think. Also, I don't know if I'll be making another video very soon, since again, this is just a passion project. If anything, it'll be about the new hero Ambrosia since I have a build for her as well. Huh? What? What's the point of the build? And you think that it's so scuffed that it's unplayable? Well, friend, not every sentence needs a dot at the end to make it perfect. Not every journey needs an end to make it meaningful. Not every question needs an answer to make it valid. Perhaps the One Piece has been the friends we've made along the way, and perhaps this build, the point is... I don't even know, bro.